Hello,
Matt, please.
speaking.
Matt, you are a good man.
Well, you don't have to tell me that.
This is Brent Lovall. You had inquired about getting your mother our 21 Hyundai Santa. Is that right, Sonata?
That's it.
Awesome. Just curious, what do you all like best about it?
Well, to be very honest with you, it looks a lot like the car that my mother just told about.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
She was driving home from church, and she was up by the Kroger, up around J Town,
Uh-huh.
and went through a light, and evidently the traffic was stopped past the light, and she didn't react fast enough, so she hit somebody in the rear end, and unfortunately it totaled her car out, and the other car's not totaled, but she went to the hospital, got a little bit of bandages on her legs, but for 86 years old, she does well.
86 years old. That is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
My nanny is 93, lives about an hour away, still cuts her grass. We bought her and when I say we, I mean my family, we all kind of chipped in and bought her a riding lawnmower because she just loves it. I mean, she owns about 80 acres, and she's been there for 60 years, and absolutely loves it. And, I tried to hire somebody years and years ago to come and mow her lawn because I didn't want her to do it. She ran them off and told them don't ever come back, and she loves doing it, and it keeps her young. I talk to her probably once or twice a week, and she's 93, still going strong, and she's amazing. Little old lady, 4'11", blue hair, white hair, blue hair. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. My mother's, she doesn't have the blue hair, but she's still kicking. She stays busy.
Awesome, man. Well, I wanted to reach out, introduce myself, and figure out a good time where we can go and deliver the Sonata to her. She can come here. We're here to, to serve. So I wanted to.
We're gonna have to work out a deal first.
Okay.
We're gonna have to agree on a price. So I think that's what's holding us up right now.
Okay.
I've been talking to several of your associates for the last several days, and I'm not getting too much of a bend on them at all.
Yeah, so I'm a very blunt individual, so I hope you can appreciate that. We've had the car. It's a very nice car. I don't know if they sent you a video, but it's a very nice car, and we've had it for over 2 months. Right at, we've already dropped the price so much, and there's just, if it's a new car in which we have a markup, it's one thing. But if the car's been sitting here, and I don't know why it's still hitting here, because it truly is like inside and out. It's a very, very nice car. So I apologize. We're not able to bend to, what you want to get it down to, but what we're asking, it's well worth it. I promise you. I give you my word on that. It's very nice. I know it would be a great car for your 86-year-old mother.
Yeah, yeah. So where are we at right now on the price? I'm trying to do all this negotiating for her so she don't have to deal with it.
Oh, absolutely.
I would like for her to be able to walk in the dealership, look at the car, possibly drive it a little bit, or have somebody with her as it's being driven.
Mm-hmm.
And then if she decides on it, that's it.
Absolutely.
She doesn't have to worry about any upcharges or things that she's not aware of. I want to be able to tell her, Mom, you're going to be able to walk out of the dealership with this car for this particular price, and that's it.
I agree with you 100%. I know, your mom's 86, and don't take this the wrong way, but I know, if I was her son, I don't want anybody to take advantage of my mom, so I want to do all of the work for her. So I agree with you 100%. Let me put you just on a brief hold just for 20 seconds, and I'm going to get you that answer. Just hold for 20 seconds, okay?
You take as long as you want. I'm actually just taking a break right now, so if you need to call me back in a couple, that's fine too.
All right, how about this? Give me 20 seconds, and I'll be right back, okay?
No.
All right. What price are we at? What number did you tell him?
My knees. I got new ones, but you know what?
It's online for what? $16,995.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you there, buddy?
Well, I'm here.
So I just got together with Jake because that is the other manager that you spoke with, and he told you 19,873 and 70 pennies out the door. Does that sound accurate?
How much?
19,873 and 70 pennies out the door. Does that sound accurate?
No. I've got down here with the asking price of $16,995. There's $1,079 for tax and a $799 dock fee, which brings it to $18,791.
So the one thing, did he not? Okay, so on our website it shows that you have to finance it with us. Are you all going to finance it with us?
Now, she's going to write a check out for this.
There's only one challenge with that, and I'm just, again, a very blunt individual.
Yeah, she's not going to put out any loans, just to give you a heads up right now.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to walk you through our process. So
Okay.
when we give the bank a loan, they give us like money. You know, just like if you were to go to the bank and you borrow money, they make money off of that. When we give them a loan, they pay us money. On a $20,000 car, we would make $1,000. So that's the reason why the price got raised $1,000 is because you're not financing with us. So the price, you know, again.
Well, to be honest with you, when I talked to this guy that gave me these prices, he was well aware
What's
we
that?
were going to write a check out and pay cash for
But
it.
he's saying that she's going to want an extended warranty too.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you all going to purchase an extended warranty or anything where we can make up, where I can help you out?
Yeah, I think, how much warranty's left on the car right now?
Very good question. Very, very good question. Let me pull that baby up. And then I can answer that question intelligently. What I'm going to do is go here. P3854, 3854, 3854. I'm repeating it, but I'm saying it to myself because I got to go to a different web page to pull that up, and then I can answer that question and give you the accurate answer. And you're a very good son for helping out your mom. Not everybody does that, so awesome, man. So that right there, all right, I'm going to walk you through a few things that I noticed that just stand out to me because I like to be a transparent individual. It's a one-owner, clean Carfax. Carfax values it at $19,330, so you're getting several thousand off. It is a no accidents, no damage reported, 10 service records. Again, one owner.
All right, so this was not a rental car.
It was a rental car, yes, sir. That's why it had so many service records. That's what it shows on the Carfax. It was a service vehicle, meaning a rental vehicle.
So let's clarify this. So it was owned by the rental company,
Yes, sir.
and it was owned by another individual.
It didn't show that on the top, and I'm going to scroll down and look at that. No, the rental car is the only company that owned that car after the rental car bought it. When rental cars are done with them, they just send them to auction, so that means we had to buy it at the auction.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious about that because you don't see a lot of rental cars going out on the market with almost 70,000 miles.
Because of the issues the last few years with new cars, they couldn't get new cars, so more and more companies held on to them longer. So because they don't want to put used cars out there as a rental car, so they just held them longer because of the market. Like we were actually selling a good bit of vehicles to the actual like enterprise and to different ones. You know, I shouldn't say a lot of them, but we sold some just because they couldn't get their hands on them through the manufacturer. The manufacturer wanted to give us the cars instead of selling it to them because when they buy them at a discounted price, a heavily discounted price. So because they give it to us, you know, we are their first and main priority customer because when we sell cars, that's, you know, that's everything to them. So yes, sir. But I'm looking right here at the Carfax. It was a rental car is the only one that it shows on here that owned it, and then they got rid of it, and then we got it. The only thing, it didn't need anything. The only thing that we had to do to it was it says the pre-delivery inspection completed. That was it. So it didn't need anything. So, you know, that's the good thing about buying a rental car is because it's a liability if they don't maintain their cars. God forbid if something happens. So that's why you see so many service records on there. It was better maintained than most people take care of their car, just because it's a liability issue for them. So it's a very, very nice car. She would absolutely love it.
Yeah, I've actually bought a rental car before myself.
Well, there you go. You know it then. Yeah, very, very nice cars.
No problem. Yeah, but my rental car had 9,000 miles on it, not almost 70.
Yeah. What kind of car did you buy?
It was a 2010 Nissan Altima.
Okay. Did it end up being a great car?
It was a good car.
Awesome. And you got to think Altimas, Kias, Altimas, they're about the same size. And my brother-in-law ended up getting an Altima years ago when I worked at a Nissan dealership. Absolutely loved it. I sold Kias for a while. Never sold new Hyundais, but Kias, Optimas, and Sonata's about the same. Very, very nice cars.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. She had the. I think the first Hyundai we had, I bought my wife a 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe.
Okay.
And my mother liked that too. My mom drove that for a while when she would come visit us.
Awesome.
My mother had a Hyundai Elantra. She actually had two cars at one time. She just sold her Elantra about 7 months ago because she had two cars and she didn't need them. Kind of wish she didn't do that now, but anyway. And then we went and bought this. Sonata at a dealership, the one that she totaled, and she does like the Sonatas. That's why me and you are talking right now.
And you live out there in Gatlinburg?
No, I live right over the mountain. I live in a little town called Bryson City.
I know where it's at. I used to live in Johnson City.
You live in, yeah, I've been through Johnson City several times.
Yeah, beautiful. It's beautiful country out there. I know there's not a lot to do.
Yeah, we're probably, from where we live, you could walk to the Smoky Mountain National Park. That's how close it is to us.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, when we, every weekend, because there's not that much to do in Johnson City, we'd either go to Gatlinburg for the day, and, it's a 50-minute drive, come back home that night, or we went to Biltmore a good bit, to Asheville a good bit. We're 65 miles west of Asheville. You ever go there?
I was there yesterday.
Yeah, it's. You ever go to the Biltmore?
I've been to the Biltmore.
And then there's that one place that we stayed at, not a lot, the Grove Park Inn. Beautiful, like a huge fireplace there. Beautiful. Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah, Asheville's got a lot of history. It's a beautiful city. It's growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the biggest city from where we live. We're 65 miles away. So
okay.
When we go to any big stores or the airport, we have to go to Asheville.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you live in a beautiful part of the country.
It is, and we used to live in Phoenix. I was born and raised in Kentucky. I left Louisville in '96 with my job. Lived in Phoenix for 30 years, and then I retired. And me and my wife have a little farm out here, and do a little raising some beef, and got chickens and fun stuff like that.
Well, it sounds like you're living the dream.
Yeah, I am.
How old are you?
66.
All right. Well, you've had a very good life already at 66.
66. Still kicking it. I come back to Louisville and visit my high school buddies probably 3-4 times a year.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
I went to Stewart High School.
It used to be a high school. Now it's a middle school.
Went to middle school. It's no longer a high school anymore.
So you grew up there in the South End?
I grew up in Valley Station.
That's where I grew up at. What part?
Deering Road.
No way. That's where I grew up off. You know where Gamay Lane is?
I've heard of it and probably seen it. Yep.
Yeah. So Deering Road. You know where those railroad tracks are, and Medora's like right behind it.
I used to go to Medora for summer camp when I was 12 years old.
Yeah. So my house, or my parents' house, I should say, used to be right there connected to the railroad tracks. So I went to Medora for kindergarten and first grade, and then I got bused downtown to go to Maupin, and that's another story. But yeah, we grew up in the same area, man. The Deering Road. That's where I grew up.
had some good times there.
Absolutely.
I've got friends that live in Lemont Acres.
I got many friends still live over there.
Yep. I got friends across the highway live in Valley Downs, Valley Village.
Yep.
What was that other area back there? Windsor Forest. You probably know where Windsor Forest is.
I do. I do.
Yeah. I was there for a long time, man.
Deering Road. That's crazy, man. Yeah, Deering Road, buddy, when you said that, I was like, there ain't no way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I lived on Deering Road before it was split up from Gene Snyder.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, long time. I got friends that live right there still to this day.
Me too. We're one of my good buddies, he lives there in the back of the neighborhood. Of Deering Road, that is, and he always has a Christmas party, so I'll be going to that here in probably about 2.5, 3 weeks. So yeah, I go out there. Parents still live out there. A lot of my friends still live out there. So you remember Mike Lennings? Do you ever still go there?
I was there last spring and summer.
Buddy, that's some of the best fish you can get, man. Absolutely delicious.
It's not just the fish, it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's
the spring and summer, it's good time.
Yeah, so I used to play like t-ball and stuff at Prairie Village, and after the games, typically a good percentage of the kids, we'd all go over there after baseball, basketball, football, and we would just run wild. So yeah, I've got a lot of memories about Mike Lennings. Super, super good area.
I actually played Little League football at Prairie Village.
Did you?
I was a Little League football player in Prairie Village.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Our field was right behind Stone Street, right?
Yep. That's where it is. And I coached Prairie Village basketball, 10, 11, 12-year-olds for about 7 years. So yeah, a lot of good memories, man. You're taking me back in time.
Well, my wife lived on Sedalia. Sedalia is just right back in Prairie Village, not too far from the elementary school.
Okay, I know where it's at, but I'm not familiar with that street name. But yeah, very, very familiar.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I'm telling you, you're living out there now, and buddy, me and you grew up just different times, of course, but drove down that road many, many times, and still will keep doing it many, many more times.
Yeah, I come that way as much as I can. I'll go down Deering Road and do that little loop over the expressway to get to my buddy's house and check out my old house I grew up in on Deering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good memories for sure. We had me and my buddies. I had another friend that had a farm back there. His name's Mark Powers, and he had a quarter horse farm with his dad owned it. And we've had so much fun back there. You've probably heard of Pond Creek. Yep,
we got many good memories about Pond Creek. I was probably about 11, 12 years old. We walked on the railroad tracks to Walmart, bought an inflatable raft. Me and my good buddy Matt, we put it in Pond Creek and just went down as far as we could. And then the raft ended up popping, and we didn't know where we were, so we just knew to get back on the railroad tracks and just walk back to our house.
Oh, I've walked on railroad tracks myself.
That's good stuff.
I walked the railroad tracks there's a way to cut through Deering Road, and you can go through my buddy's farm, and you'll hit the railroad tracks.
Okay.
We would go to the railroad tracks, and I would walk all the way to Pendleton Road and visit another friend of mine that lived up on Pendleton Road.
Yeah, that's a good haul.
Yeah, that was a good walk.
Absolutely.
I was 14 years old, so I had all the energy in the world then.
Yeah, you didn't get tired back then,
No. I don't get that tired now. I'm in fairly good shape, but I can't go like I used to, that's for sure.
Yeah, I recently started working out because I'm 40. I just turned 40 on October 3rd. Yeah. So what I did was I started a program called 75 Hard, and now I got to work out twice a day. So this morning, I've always been an early person, got up at 5 o'clock, worked out, did an hour outside walking. It was 13 degrees wind chill this morning, freezing cold. And then, I try to keep myself in good shape too, man.
Yeah. My son just started doing some workout stuff. He just bought a big, nice weight system, and He's working out, and he's 44, so he's trying to keep his youth. You got to do that when you get in your 40s.
Absolutely. What part of the country does he live?
He lives right down here by us.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, I got 4 kids. So I got a 44-year-old, a 43-year-old, a 41-year-old, and a 28-year-old.
Okay. They're all pretty close except for the 28-year-old.
Yeah, the 28-year-old, his name's Zach, and his name was almost Oops.
Oops.
Oops Bryant.
Okay.
He was almost a oops. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it sounded like, man. It's 28, yeah.
Yeah, we weren't expecting him, but he's probably the biggest blessing out of all 3 of us.
Was he? Why do you say that?
He just kept me and my wife young.
That's awesome. Yeah,
He kept me and my wife young. We had the first 3 kids when we were young. They literally left the house by the time I was 46 years old, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
When they left, it was me and the wife and the young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an avid wrestler. He wrestled for high school, and we would just kept us young up to 55. Till I was 55, I was watching my son compete in high school events. So that's a good thing.
You sound about me because I started super late when I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So I'm going to be experiencing the same thing at pretty much the same ages that you did it with.
I'll be honest with you. That's actually a very good thing to be 55, 56 years old, have kids that are getting to that age to where they're becoming adults. You're so much smarter. You have so much more patience. You have more understanding. I was kind of a tough dad on my kids, but that's how I was raised. But as I got older, I don't think you really have to be that tough. You just got to show them more than being a tough guy.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm in a much more better mental state and financial state now versus when I was, if I was going to be 21, 22 having kids. So I agree with you 100%.
Right. Yep.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. When do you think let me back that up before we do that. So everything that I went over, the price, can you all do that? And this is what I can promise you. And, I'm a big believer in relationships. So she can come over here and pick it up. I can either take it there, whatever is easiest for her. If she have someone brings her here, or if she drives by herself, I can figure out a way to get it back to her.
She's going to have a friend of mine bring her there if she's interested. If we can agree on a price.
Okay.
And then obviously she's going to have to agree on the price.
Okay.
She is back in the area now. She got back there last night.
Okay.
She's kind of taking some time off.
Okay.
She's kind of relaxing, not wanting to worry about too much. She's got a rental car right now.
Okay.
She hasn't got her check yet on her totaled car. She doesn't really know how much they're going to pay her.
Okay.
So that's kind of where she's at right now.
Okay.
Me and you, we need to come to some kind of an agreement on the price to where it's not even wasting her time.
Absolutely. Well, we're super close.
Right. I think she can be there within 15 minutes from where she lives.
Yeah, J-Town's super close, so yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so you tell me, within reason, a couple $100, if I could get them to knock that off, would you buy the vehicle?
Well, I can't at that last price you gave me. That's like $1,000 more than what the last guy gave me.
Are you talking about Jake?
Yeah. Jake had given me a price. I don't think it was Eric.
Okay.
Eric's the guy I talked to at very first.
Yes, sir.
And then I think I've done most of my negotiation with Jacob, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He gave me a price, 18,791, 1,079 was taxes, $799 was a dock fee. That's basically what he gave me.
He told
And-
you 18,791.
18,791, and he knew we were going to pay a check. My mother's not going to take out a loan. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: if I can get the general manager to agree to that number, would you all put down a deposit to secure it?
Well, I'd like to be closer. I'd like to be closer around 18.5. No more than that.
All right.
Hey, I've got a question real quick. You're not related to a guy named Barry Lovell, are you?
I've had that many times before in my life. I'd say probably 20, 30 times. People have heard that. I've heard that name 20, 30 times, but no, I'm not related. My family comes from like DuPont, Indiana, Madison, Indiana. So not related to Barry. I've never even met a Barry Lovell. I had one of the first times I ever heard that name. I was probably 12 years old, jumping on a trampoline, and some lady came over there, and at one of my friend's house, and she was like, "Who are you?" And I said my name, and she was like, "Are you related to Barry?" And I was like, "No." And that was the first time, and I was probably 12 or 13 years old because she used to date him or something that she said. And I was like, "No." So yeah, I've heard that name sometimes because there's not many Lovells out there.
I worked with a Barry Lovell in Louisville, and then he ended up transferring to Dallas, Texas, and I don't know where he's at now.
Well, look him up on Facebook.
Yeah, I think I have, and it's I don't think he's posted like in 8 or 10 years, so you never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let me do this then, buddy. If I can get a little bit closer to that number, it sounds like we're super close. Would you agree?
All right, so we're looking. What's the number that we're looking at?
So you told me that 18,791 is what Jake told you.
You there, Brian?
Yes, sir.
I lost you for a second.
So the number that you told me that Jake said to you was 18,791, and he is a
Right.
manager, so I gotta check with him because I mean I'm a manager too, but you know it's just I gotta make sure and see what he said. The number that I told you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you check. Yeah, I'm looking at closer. I'll tell you what. No, I came in here really, really low. I came in here $16,000 out the door.
Oh my goodness.
I'm moving up. I'm moving up a lot. I think you guys are moving down. I hope we can find a middle ground in here.
Well, buddy, since you're from Deering Road, it's done. In my mind, buddy, your mother is already driving off in the car, so I'll take care of you. I'll figure out something.
All right, you figure that out. You get back with me, and I'll make a phone call to her.
Sounds like a plan. I look forward to it.
All right, man.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.